Oh, that sounds brilliant. So during the time in the bill, then, you're a very long character. Was it any time that you was actually on the bill that you thought to yourself, well, I really, it's not for me now. Is there any time that you wanted to get out the bill that it just wasn't for you, or did you just enjoy every minute of the time that you was actually in there?
I can honestly say that I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning to be ready at the studios for 7 or 7:30, and I always had a little glow in my stomach to go and play it. It's a really unusual thing for an actor to be able to say. But no,
Mm.
I didn't. There were times, obviously, when you're hanging around on set. It's a 12-hour day. It's 7:30 to 7:30. And there's
Right.
times when you're hanging around because you've done your scenes and you're going to have to wait. Sometimes, if you're just blocked into the Sun Hill scenes, you'll be first and last. So you'll be first up in the day, have all day to mess around and maybe go home or come back, whatever the producers allowed you to do. And then you'll be in for the last scene of the day. So there was those moments where you're hanging around waiting that can be hugely frustrating. There's times when you're not the lead character in the stories and you're just sort of hanging around in the background. That can be quite frustrating. But I can honestly say that from the moment I got Tony Stamp to the time that I stopped playing him in September of last year, I absolutely loved it and thought the bill, and still think the bill is an exemplary show to have worked on, and the standards of production were so high.
Right now, obviously the format got changed last year. That's what one of the reasons that you're not in it because ITV decided it needed a big shake-up. It wanted kind of attract a new audience and stuff like that. What's your kind of input of the new format? Do you think it's the right move that they changed it all, or what do you actually think?
Well, over my 25 years in the bill, we've obviously been asked by ITV to do all sorts of things for all sorts of reasons. The 2.5 hours into the three, the half hours back into the hours. We've done all sorts of things on the bill. One of the most interesting things of working on the show was that it changed all the time because policing changed all the time.
Mm.
So although I played Tony Stamp for 25 years, I had to go and research him all the time because if I wanted to be on top, remember behind me, you've got 20,000 actors that want to play that role. You've got to make sure that the goods that you're delivering is what the TV companies want, and your expertise is very high. So I was training with the police all the time, making sure I knew what that character would be doing. And the change, when this new change was muted, again, the management came to me because I've been through many changes at the show and we spoke about it, we talked about it. And it really didn't come to a head until the bill was sort of put under threat in the sense of ITV saying we want this 9 till 10 slot, we want it mulching, etc. The reason that Stamp really had to go was that Talkback Thames, the producers of it, really felt that it needed a whole new feel, and maybe my character being there meant that people would remember the old bill. I'm not too sure that that's the case. But of course,
Yeah.
I'm an employee like you are and everybody else is.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
there really wasn't, I mean, all the people on the bill will tell you, we never knew every time that contract came round whether ITV was going to take the bill or not. Talkback Thames, as a boss, as a management, have been absolutely undauntingly staunch supporters of the show, and Lorraine Hegarty, who runs Talkback, absolutely loved the programme. And I know 5 years ago the show was under tremendous threat. And Paul Memphis came in,
Mm.
and we went more, bit more soapy-fied, if you like, with the Todd Carty stories, and a lot of the public didn't like that, etc., etc. So it changed all the time, and I thought that I was okay. I was going to be a part of that, but alas, it really wasn't me. But I don't think anyone there really believed that the bill would come to an end. I thought that the new format would take a while to bed down. It always did, it always would, and it always will. But I think probably with the new bosses coming in, it changed maybe the feel of ITV again. And they've got other ideas.
Right, we've had loads of, we're just going to go on to a few comments now. Now, we've had absolutely loads of emails in regarding the bill getting axed and stuff like that. Now, unfortunately, I can't read them all out, but I'm just going to kind of sum up, because there's a lot of them just kind of repeating the same question. Now, one of the main questions that is getting asked is, do you think another station like Channel 5 or Sky or something like that could possibly take the bill on, and actually keep it alive? Would that be possible, or?
Yeah, well, I think first of all, what I must say is a big, big thank you to everyone out there. I know when my character technically left Sun Hill, although he's still in the ether of the Met, I had fantastic support from the public, and I really want to thank everybody for that. As indeed on the bill, there's lots of websites out there. We that worked on the bill have joined websites, proud to have worked on the bill. It is powerful, and I have to say that television management will listen to that. I know, as far as Tony Stamp was concerned, that they really did listen to what the public was saying, although production values, the bosses there at coalface, as it were, have to make those decisions. Right. Yes, you can influence what the bosses think, and I think it depends how long those campaigns go on for. And I think that in some ways they sort of hope that maybe after the first furore that it might quieten down. Remember, this has not really happened to any show like The Bill before. Other series have ended, or the actors like, Ashes to Ashes have decided that was it, or David Jason decides, that Frost just doesn't feel that the age of that character would be right, and that sort of thing. The bill, I think as well, that time change was very difficult. 9 till 10 is a very tough slot because of what would normally be played out at that time. And the bill has a huge following from the younger generations. Kids know who I am. Tiny kids know who I am. And that's unbelievable. And I think that move to 9 o'clock was a very difficult slot. But I think the bill's beginning to find out what to do with that slot, and it would have taken time to bed down. But as I say, we don't know what's in the plans for ITV. These dramas in a week is a new idea, never been tried out before, and it's been quite successful. So if actors are still going to get employed as drama, I think one of the sad things would be if you lost the bill and it wasn't replaced by drama. That would be a tragedy.
That's very true. That, and what else we can't forget about is, yes, the bill has played part in many people's lives for 27 years. But what we're also forgetting is, it's not just that we're going to be losing a TV show. Is the actors in there are all real people. They've got jobs. That's their livelihood and stuff like that. So,
your question. Sorry, what I was then going to say was that for Channel 4 or something like that, the bill is a huge production cost because it's out on location. If you lost that location work, you would lose the heart of the bill. You can't make it in the station. We used to lose quite a lot of viewers if we started to concentrate too much on sort of CID and it was too much in-house. We could actually lose quite a lot of viewers for that. They like the fact that it was shot out on the street, but that is very, very expensive, so it could be difficult. But yeah, I think you're right. In June, if the bill finishes in June, that'll be another 120 that'll be out of work. The bill's already lost close on 200, both actors and production staff. And one of the things we must remember, Lee, is that it's one of the biggest training grounds for young actors on television. When you lose that core of all those young actors that were able to come through the bill, play villains, play victims there. And probably within the 25 years now, I know when it was 20 years and we celebrated the bill, there was something like over 70,000 contracts have been issued to actors. That's also in the background for all those people that work in that way. It's a huge employer of actors, and that will be lost forever.